once UEFN released, that's when I started doing tutorials. I did some 1.0 ones before then, but I really got into tutorials once UEFN released. I found them to be like a way for me to demonstrate what I'm learning as I was learning UEFN. Like if you can explain what you're learning, that's a great way to demonstrate that you've actually understood what you've learned. Today they announced they're gonna have a whole bunch of stability updates. Don't sleep on cooker optimization. That's what I'm most excited for.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Creative Coordinates. I'm your host Giggila, and today I am joined by the UEFN Jack of all trades, a verse guru, and the MaestroShark. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let's just jump straight into things as normal. Or, let me change this up for once. Let's start out with a bang. Just like your current newest map, BattleSharks. BattleSharks is an amazing map. It's obviously a take on the original BattleShips. Actually, does Hasbro own that one? BattleShips?
I think it is Hasbro that owns BattleShips, yeah.
Yeah, I can't actually remember who owns BattleShips. I just kind of know BattleShips as, well, BattleShips. But you've been able to recreate that in Fortnite. How is making a map like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was just inspired to make a game like that. Actually, it started before UEFN. One day, Paperly from Bullseye joined my lobby, and he was asking about like if it was possible to make a BattleShips game in 1.0. And so we kind of spent a little bit of time just kind of working around, trying to figure out like the physics of it. And it was too much for 1.0 because we had limited channels back then. But then when UEFN rolled around, about a year after UEFN released, I was like, you know what? Battleship sounds like a good game to work on. And so as someone who's kind of a verse noob back then, I was trying to figure it out. And ultimately, I gave up on it, pursued other jobs. And it was like many, many years until this year, January, that I was like, you know what? Let's revisit that. Let's get it done. Like, I need to release a map. It's been a while. So ultimately, I went back into the map and I just redid all the verse, redid all of the graphics, modeled things, did all the materials, UI elements, like everything, all the tools that we have now. I just got done in like really a couple weeks. So it was a rush, but it was rewarding.
I mean, the map quality does not look rushed at all. You know, you have is it 8 different battle areas that you can fight? So you can have 8 consecutive games going on in one lobby. Normally in these type of games, I know that there's a take on chess and Uno. It was actually a new one, Uno. I know that just came out like a few weeks ago. But chess one's been around for a while, and you can only have one match going on at a time. But for you to have 8 different versions that people can play at the same time is amazing. You also have so many cool modifiers to yours. What was your intention with bringing in those modifiers?
Well, I don't like to copy things. I don't want to like blatantly copy things. I always want to add something new, add a new layer of interest to the game. And so the idea was that each ship that you place down is tied to an ability that has a cooldown. And that adds like a new layer of gameplay. So, you know, if you sink a ship, the opponent loses that ability. So like one ability is like a nuke and it takes out 10 tiles in an area. It's very powerful, but it takes a long time to get to that ability. But it adds so much depth to gameplay and new strategy that like, you know, you have to figure out how you're going to play it. And also adds room for future updates, adding more ships and more abilities. So I was thinking of kind of that expansion. I had that expansion in mind as I was developing.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool because I've played a few games. I didn't get to play too many because the person I was playing with, unfortunately, decided he needed sleep for some reason. Not sure why. Sounds overrated. But for the matches I did play, I won most of them. I'm happy to say. Apart from where one, I only took out one of his ships. We're not going to talk about that one. That never happened. Cabbage, scratch that one. So we had a great deal of fun playing it with all the modifiers, but obviously it's not your first ever UEFN project. I'd be incredibly impressed if it was, for the amount of quality with it. You even made your own custom models, which is very impressive for someone working as a solo dev.
Yeah, I did. I made the ships, the big ship, and I made a cannon, which has a control rig that actually poses the cannon based off of where you're aiming. Um, so I basically pulled out every trick that I know to complete this game, all the skills.
Yeah, you have a new name, the Magician, just putting everything out the hat, seeing what works. You don't need any more nicknames at this point, but there's another one. So, but yeah, with it being not your first ever one, is this your most popular map you've ever produced to your
Absolutely
standards?
not. My most popular game, I mean, it would have to be a 1.0 game. I've been around
Mm.
since Fortnite Creative released. Um, I I used to do live events like Genesis, but in 1.0. Um, one of them on YouTube, it was my version of the end event for chapter 2. It got like 800,000 views in a week.
Oh wow.
Insane. Um, and I think Mustard Plays covered it in a video, and a lot of other YouTubers covered it, and so that got a lot of plays in 1.0, which was huge for me back then.
Yeah, I mean that type of views on any type of video is amazing. Genesis has never had a video like that. I could say that's impressive. So, you know,
Well, your
uh,
maps are performing very well though, so that's
yeah,
good.
admittedly, we've done better in the map department than the social media department, and that's not a dig at myself. Bearing in mind, I'm the main poster on the account right now. Not the Twitter. We have an amazing team for the Twitter. I don't handle a lot of the Twitter anymore. Thank goodness we have a great team behind that. But YouTube wise, hey, we've got this podcast, so it keeps people coming back each 2 weeks. It's too much to pump these out weekly anymore. I used to be able to do it when I had more time, but running a company kind of takes a toll on your free time. So
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, you crammed in an entire map in 2-3 weeks. So I mean, I guess you felt the same kind of feeling in a
Yep.
period of time. So
Yeah, I usually pick up a lot of work, so it's hard to squeeze in personal projects in between those things. So I fully understand. In addition to tutorials as well, like I do that stuff on YouTube as well.
yes, well, actually, that's a great segue because I was going to move on to your YouTube. How long have you been doing your YouTube content for?
So in April, it'll be 5 years since I started my YouTube channel, um, and there's a lot of stories I could tell about that. Um, but about 3 years, because once UEFN released, that's when I started doing tutorials. I did some 1.0 ones before then, but I really got into tutorials once UEFN released. Um, I found them to be like a way for me to demonstrate what I'm learning as I was learning UEFN. Like if you can explain what you're learning, um, that's a great way to demonstrate that you've actually understood what you've learned. So, yeah, 5 years, crazy.
Wow. Yeah, no, I mean that's really good. I watched a couple of your tutorials. Admittedly, I haven't watched them all, mainly because I
They're
don't even
long.
have enough time. I don't even have enough time to watch all of my podcasts back about like my past seasons. So I don't even get to watch my own stuff. So I don't even get to play a lot of our games anymore.
Oh
So
man,
yeah, that's the one thing about working so much now. You don't actually get to play a lot of your maps. So
that's very true.
that's one thing I wish I could still do. Small creators get to play a lot, or even just like, up and coming ones, and that's the parts I miss. Like the get to play your experiences. I miss that a lot.
Yeah, most of the time I spend playing games in Fortnite is just playtesting the game that we're working
Yeah,
on. So it's a pleasure whenever I do get to sit down and play games from the community.
yeah. I love. I I think this is the most shout out person on this entire podcast, but Matt with his streams is just such a fun experience every single time he does one because I get to set some work time aside to just look at community creations, and there are so many talented people in that.
Yes. so many talented people. I enjoy every single one of those streams. I try to go to every single one, even though like I've only submitted to the most recent one. It's just great to support the community and see what people are doing because there's some serious talent. Yeah, I love to see that Matt brings the community together in that way.
Yeah. Hey, you submitted more maps than me, so you know,
Hey,
I've never submitted one, so
this might be the
there'll be
year.
a day. Yeah, I keep saying I might have something, and unfortunately, I can't submit the live events, so they're a bit too long. They don't meet the 5 minute time limit.
Yeah,
Yeah, not that he always
make a
sticks
super
with.
fast version of the event.
Yeah, just a
Just
sped
two
up
times
version.
speed.
I don't. 2 times is not fast enough. It's got to be like 4
Y'all
to
are
even get
y'all are
close.
insane.
So that's mainly our animation team there. Well, animator. There's one person behind the animation, which is even crazier. Shout out to Lynx. He's an absolutely amazing guy.
That's insane.
Yeah, he loves his basement. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Please. Cabbage, don't get anyone to sue me, please. Please. So, apart from, just your own content that you get to do with your tutorials, what would you say is like your main thing you now get to do?
Well, the main thing I get to do right now is apply to jobs. I'm I'm looking for the next piece of work. Um, so I'm always picking up commission work, and right now I'm looking for employment. I'm graduating from university this year, so in spring.
Awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, but in the meantime, I'm working on some other games. I have one planned. It's actually a live event because I want to pay homage to my past for my 5-year anniversary. And I figured that would be a good way to demonstrate like all of the UFN skills because live events are such an involved kind of game. You have all this artwork and all this mechanic and like everything goes into an experience like that.
Yeah, it costs a lot too nowadays.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If not money, a lot of time for sure.
I think it's both for us.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's so rewarding when we get to see people's reaction to what we've produced, and even sometimes the negative feedback. Like just getting to see that people watch our stuff and like
even like negative feedback, it's good because they still saw it. They still
exactly
and they cared enough to leave that feedback. So.
Yeah. I mean, we got the occasional one who's just like, hey, this sucks. Hey, don't do it again. These guys suck. Why are they getting money? Okay. And those ones are just go like, yeah, you can.
Just put them in a box.
Yeah, he can go in a box or, or put him through a real Squid Game. How about that? That works. So, yeah. I mean, I'm very fortunate, jumping back to one thing you said about kind of the job market in this industry. It's either really good or it's really tough.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many positions that you get to find that you're like, oh my God, I love this position. I love what I do. I love what I get to do. Or you find ones that you're like, that actually, didn't work out so well. Or you have the worst ones where you get scammed. Yeah. I put my hand up. I've had one of those. Unfortunately, happened to me back in 2023.
Oh, yep.
Back in the early days for me. So, yep, one of my
Tough.
first ever commissions. So, I still hold a grudge against him.
Yeah, 2023 was an interesting year. I took a lot of jobs back then. Luckily, I didn't get scammed because I usually only took jobs from people that like had some sort of credibility. A lot of them were YouTubers that were trying to get into UFN.
Yeah,
but yeah, you gotta look out. Like there's so many scammers.
That was the year UEFN came out, 2023. It was a real, first step in the new kind of era we have now. Obviously, UEFN has taken, as buggy as it is, epic. I love it. Please, I love it.
Hey, I mean, today they announced they're gonna have a whole bunch of stability updates the next few months. So
yes, I haven't finished reading them all actually, but You know, for the first time ever, I'm going to read something mid podcast because I'm actually intrigued to read further on this. So, I'm actually going to be using Matt. He has a lovely recap that he does on pretty much every update. I'm going to be crediting his. Yeah. Actually, you know what, Cabbage? I'll send you images on this tweet so you can actually put this tweet up there. But no, there's amazing ones here like scene graph updates, edit in place improvements for prefabs, mobile HUD control customizations. I think the biggest one is jam packed in the middle here. Live edit improvements.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how that one works in the editor, especially when you have other people in there. I'm really looking forward to that. Cooker optimization, please. I've had so many arguments with the Cook engine. Spatial profiling updates and asset health tooling. So all really good ones.
Don't sleep on cooker optimization. That's what I'm most excited for. Basically, if you make a little change, it only cooks that change when you push changes. Right now, it cooks every single thing in the project, which is why it takes like 5 minutes to push changes. So it'll be a lot faster.
Oh, I haven't read that part yet.
It's really good.
Oh my god. After this podcast, I'm going to be yelling and screaming to the team about this. Ooh.
It's very awesome.
Ooh, okay. I'm happy now. I'm really looking forward to that now.
Like, the thing about Epic is, like, you got to trust them. You got to trust their vision. Like, they want this platform to succeed. They're going to do whatever they can to get this platform to succeed. It's obviously still in its youth, so there's going to be growing pains. We're going to have the spam maps. We're going to have these problems that they have to fix. But they're working on it, and they have plans, they have ideas, and we just have to trust that with time, those things will improve.
Yeah, I mean, even just like that when you brought up spam maps, just a couple of days ago, they implemented the anti-spam implementations.
I think that goes live tomorrow.
I think either goes live tomorrow or goes live with new season.
Yeah,
it's one of the two. I can't remember. Can't remember which one it is.
The 10th or the 11th, if I remember, but it's gonna be good.
Yes, I unfortunately don't get as much time to read as I used to. I more get updates, just wherever I can. But no, I mean that any type of improvements like this, I know they're coming in Q2. Most of the ones we just mentioned before. Custom items got pushed back again.
Pushed back to Q3. Yeah. Oh man. How long have we been promised that? Like 2 years now?
Since 2024. I'm pretty sure.
Great.
Epic, we love you, but can we get what we want, those? Please? Can we
at least experimental? Give us experimental. Let us make items.
Yeah, it's been too long, Epic. We want these. One day, you know, touch wood, we'll get it one day. But I'm thankful I
had to find wood. I'm like, where's the wood?
Yeah, just got to scramble around. Like, you just hear the clattering in the background.
There'll be another 3/4.
Yeah. We'll actually see it in 2030 in Q3.
Yep. Q4.
That's Q4 maybe. Yeah. I can hope for Q3. Yeah. A good pushback. Yeah. I think it's become like a small running joke at this point. I feel like I had this thought of, what if an Epic dev is just doing this to be like, this seems like a funny idea.
They're definitely trolling us a little bit.
I feel like they're gonna be, especially since the only image we've seen is a fish stick with a fish.
Yeah, so I'm just curious, like, how long they're gonna keep pushing that back, because they plan to release Unreal 6 next year, 2027.
Yes,
and that's going to be very interesting.
I have a feeling that's going to be announced either at GDC or at Unreal Fest.
Definitely Unreal Fest.
I think Unreal Fest, which is, you know, a kind of big thing for me this year, as it should be announced by the time this podcast comes out. But if not, Cabbage, just cut this. I am one of the speakers for Unreal
Awesome,
Fest.
man. Yeah.
I'm probably one of the last to be announced, because I'm actually holding off just to get one thing finalized before I do. But I've seen a lot of people already announce that they are speaking. Matt is speaking, once again getting his name mentioned in this podcast. Brendan Stokes is speaking. Oliver 101. I can't remember if there's any more.
Those are the ones I've heard from.
Yeah. So we've got 4 so far, including myself. So there's not many who know yet. So you actually get an exclusive there to yourself, Maestro.
That's awesome. Hey, I mean, if you get accepted, Epic pays for the trip, like pays all the costs.
I know. I get my money back.
Really generous. You get your money back. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, Genesis was paying for it, not me.
Well,
I don't.
Yeah, same deal.
Yeah, same thing. Company gets money. Yeah. No, it's really cool. I'm looking forward to what I'll be getting to speak for the first time in front of a panel like that.
You wanna just like tell me what you're talking about?
Oh,
that's a good topic.
How did I word it exactly? I think it was. I might obviously tweak that around a little bit, the title, before the actual, release of it. But I'm not sure if I'm allowed to actually say what I'm talking about yet, because I've seen no one announce that yet. So, Cabbage, you might need to cut that too.
Might need to cut that.
Yeah, the cut that's going to be
cool.
the quote of this episode. So, but no, I'm really looking forward to it. It should be announced by now, so you shouldn't have to, Cabbage. Less editing work for you. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really excited about it.
That's
and
awesome.
It's also my first ever UEFest, sorry.
UEFest. Yeah.
So to be my first ever one and a speaker is quite a big deal for me. So
that's a huge deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was going to be the first time in America, but I am actually going to LA for the World Builder Summit.
Oh.
So I'm down in LA in April. So it won't be my first time in America, but it will still be the biggest time I'm in America. So,
that's awesome.
A lot riding on it as well. So, it's going to be a busy week there.
Yeah, don't let the pressure get to you.
Are you there this year?
Yes, I'll be there. I'm really excited to go. I was there for the Orlando one last year.
Awesome.
Very awesome. I got to meet Tim. It was kind of a funny story. I was chatting with Postbox Pat in the lobby of a hotel after the Lego party, and he's like, "Is that Tim Sweeney?" I turn around, and there he is. He's just walking around with his sweatshirt on. And we catch him. I get a photo with him. I briefly get to talk to him. We were thinking it was around dinner time, so we think he was walking to the McDonald's across the street. He's the most like casual guy you'll ever talk to. Like for a billionaire, it's like it's just I don't know. He's crazy. He's awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have a talk with him. Obviously, it'll probably be a short just chat if I can, but I'm hoping I can talk to him at least once in Chicago this year. So he seemed like an absolutely great guy. So I'm really looking forward to actually getting that chat, because I know some of my team has already talked with him before. So I want to join that list as well. So hey, you even know, so may give him a pin or two. We'll see. He's going to be so adorned with so many merch, like so much merch by the end of the.
I gave him an Underwater Labs pin, and I think maybe a Riz pin if I remember correctly.
He needs like multiple lanyards just to have like pins, because I swear that's all he gets, like so many pins.
He gets so much merch.
Yeah, I think by the end of it, he needs to like carry a bag with him. Like it's going to be like Santa's sack, where he's just like putting it on his shoulder, and he's just, you know, dragging it around. He just grabs it. It's a random team. Like, oh, I got this from this team. He's gonna be, you know, whatever he can get his hands on. Because, I mean, to be fair, so many creators have something for him. But I mean, we'll be bringing our little pins that we. Actually, I'm not wearing one right now. I'm
Oh man,
I'm putting us to shame. So that's what I get for, yeah. Damn.
I call dibs. I want one of the pins.
That's fair. Yeah. We have 300.
Oh, perfect.
So we should have enough. Should is the key word there. If we run out, I'll be genuinely surprised. Like,
well, hopefully you run out, so you have plenty of people to hand them out to.
Yeah, I mean, if we do, I'll be impressed and I'll be incredibly happy. But you know, that I feel like passing 300 out though, it's gonna be a bit too much.
Yeah.
So especially with how busy we're gonna be talking with everyone and going to all the.
It goes by really quickly. Orlando was 3 days, and Chicago is only 2 days of.
I think it's 3.
Well, the first day is just registration and mixer, but then it's 2 days.
Is it not talks on the first day?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's why they have a lower number of speakers this year.
So once again, like, congrats for getting a talk, because.
Yeah.
And cut that if he hasn't announced it, cut that.
It should be announced. We're planning to. So this is being recorded on Monday the 9th, just as of March, just to give people context. And it's only recently people have started to announce that they're speaking. So, and I haven't done it till this date of recording. So, you know, we'll still have to see. It should be out by then. I plan to release it hopefully this week. I just need to get a photo of me that doesn't come from a podcast. So, yeah. I mean, I'm fine, but, you know, I'd rather
you want a nice headshot for sure.
Yeah, I'd rather have a headshot that doesn't look me like. There's so many GIFs that my team have made of me. It's funny, and it's also kind of weird when your face gets used in GIFs that's just thrown around a server.
Yeah, my face, the Riz face I did for a thumbnail, gets thrown around on Discord.
Yeah, so you get the feeling as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can blame Volak for a few of them. He's our lead verse developer. Hilarious. Yeah, he's intense, but he's hilarious. So he's probably sitting in a VC appropriately named the Mechanics Basement right now. I'd like to point out he created that himself, and he put himself there willingly. So for legal reasons, he put himself there willingly. Please. But no, he's a great guy, and he's amazing at his job. So
yeah, he's pretty smart.
So, I mean, I'd hope so. He's coded like most of our projects. Although, to be fair, for the first time this year, we have more than one verse developer.
Oh, wow.
Which is really cool. We've been able to bring 2 more on. I don't think we've actually announced who we brought on. So I won't say the names here just because I don't know when we're going to say who we brought on. You can know after the podcast, it's fine. But no, we now have 3 on our roster. And I think a couple people are learning as well, which is really cool.
That's good.
So we're, you know, making big strides as Genesis, which, you know, we're really fortunate to be like where we are, like considering we are one of the youngest teams in the ecosystem right now. Like, not only just the average age, but in like terms of how long we've been around.
Mm-hmm. Y'all are making insane moves. It's really impressive.
I think the people who've come up like after us, the only name that pops to mind is I'm gonna screw up his name. Furnace, person behind SDB.
Oh yeah, Farron's, yeah.
Yeah, Fairins, that's it. I always get his name wrong for some reason. Like, he's one of the names who I think has come after us. But obviously, he's dominating right
He's
now.
had some modest success in the ecosystem.
You and I have a different definition of modest. Um, I'd say he's had a lion's share of success, actually. Um, Obviously, he has currently, unless I'm mistaken, the number 1 and 2 creator
Oh yeah,
maps in the ecosystem. I'm not sure if that is correct as I was speaking. It is not correct as of speaking. I stand corrected. But he has the he's in the top 10 twice, which is just crazy. To to
insane.
be in the top 10 once is crazy, let alone to hold 2 of the spots. There's only one other team that does better than them in terms of the top 10, and that's Good Gamers.
Oh really?
Yeah, they hold Murder Mystery, Bed Wars, and Go Goated.
Oh yeah.
So they hold 3 out of the top 10, which is really cool. Obviously, it fluctuates, but those are in like consistent top 10s. So GG is an amazing team as well. I've had some conversations, just kind of generally with Dilly over the years, and great guy. And I hope we can one day work on something with GG because they're an amazing team. But not in the cards yet. But we'll see. Maybe down the line. Who knows how many teams we're going to work with, and or even have to rival against us. We love a
Yeah.
good bit of competition every now and again.
It's
We
good. Competition pushes us to be better.
Exactly, like when we were fighting to keep Genesis Squid Game like the number 1 spots. We had some good contenders, to be fair. Um, Community was a little bit rough. There was people just defending the one who tried to do it before us. But I've dealt with Community before, so it wasn't anything. We were like, oh my god, they hate us. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I noticed. Like once you're at the top, like everybody becomes like a shark. Everybody wants to attack you, which is kind of a crazy switch up. But otherwise, the community tends to be very positive and supportive.
I feel like the creators themselves are, and I mean this in no offense, the creators are better than the community. And I mean this like with full heart. The community is lovely, and I love the community we have. But the creators not only are part of the community, but also know how it feels.
Yeah,
So
we've been through
they've
it.
dealt with it firsthand. So it's not a thing of they're just appreciating our work or they're really enjoying what we're doing. They're actually there at the forefront doing their own and pushing new innovations. So, and that's what I love to see in this ecosystem when something new comes out that pushes, the boundaries of UEFN. Like, there's always the places for like the gun game maps and the practice maps and everything, but I love new inventions of maps.
Me too. Yeah.
Whenever something, comes out of the blue, like, oh, I would never have thought of using it like this. Or like when I saw your BattleShips one, it's like, how has no one done this before? Because it's a great idea. So it's like those simple things you think like, oh, how did I not think of that before? But it's actually because you didn't have the same perspective.
And I feel like it was somewhat easier to innovate in 1.0 because we were put in this box with
Mm-hmm.
all these restrictions, and everybody was trying to climb out of that box, figuring out what they can do to stretch the limits of that. Um, and then once UEFN released, it's like, okay, we have all of these features. We have so much to learn, so much to work with. Um, and like that was such a dramatic shift for the ecosystem. And I don't think we've fully recovered since then. Um,
No, I feel like we've been given a partially open sandbox. Like I obviously I don't think it's ever going to be fully open because Epic's always making new changes, new innovations, and new features that we get to use and utilize. But also there's some things that Epic has, kept in their own editors and not given to us yet. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not. We absolutely have so many more tools than we used to. The 1.0 days were really innovative, but also very trying at points to do anything new. I think it brought some of the best creators those times, though,
For sure.
because it brought more of less gaming industry and more creation.
Absolutely. Shout out to Dumb Blonde with the hubs. All of
Yep.
those hubs were fantastic, and now we're stuck in that little box that's just so ugly.
It.
I wish we
I
had
know
hubs
it's.
back.
I know it's got colors and trees and stuff. To me, it feels like one of those insane asylum cells.
That's
With the amount of
exactly it.
times I've been
Yep.
sat in there, it feels like it's a futuristic version of that. And I feel like no matter what Epic has done with it, though, it would have felt the same because it's just a box in the end of the day. But I feel like it does constrict us though, because you'd feel like for it being such an endless engine that they are promoting, why start us in a box?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I think the hubs are such a great way to inspire me. Like I would hop in there, and then not only would I see like everything that the hub creator made, I would see like other maps that are being featured by Epic
Hmm.
and the matchmaking portals, and there was so many things for me to look at. I was like, oh, that's inspiring. Maybe I can do something based off of that, or you know, see how they're using these props to create these shapes and so many things that they did. It was a great era. I really enjoyed the hub era. I'm a little nostalgic for it. I'm sorry.
I feel like now there's a map I'm going to shout out here because it kind of brings back a little bit of showcasing creators. It's I'm going to shout out Hay here, and with the UEFN museum. That map is incredible in what it does. It showcases so many new islands and creators and everything. Like the amount of teams it showcases in such a short experience is what I feel like the hubs used to do.
Yeah, you gotta love Hay. She does so much for the community. UFM Museum is awesome. By the way, fun fact: the verse part of the museum, that was me. I did that part. My hands are like in a lot of maps, especially with that pin pad device you see, the really ugly one. That's mine. It's in a lot of maps. I'm still
There's
ashamed.
yeah, one of the pin pads. Those are used everywhere nowadays.
Yeah, those have been copy pasted and resold and redistributed. So much
Yeah,
crazy.
we have one for Genesis Squid Game, and it's implemented in future projects as well. Not our events, just because there's no place to put it, but it'd just be kind of floating in space. Doesn't really make much sense. Although there's been weirder. So
Yeah.
who knows? It's UEFN. Who knows what's going to happen? But there's always something new and exciting. Well, new, exciting, or terrifying.
Terrifying. Yep. 100%.
Yeah, I think there's always some things that take you kind of by surprise, and you're kind of a bit shocked by it. I think the most recent shock actually happened today to one of the biggest teams, Jogo.
I saw that.
I saw that their trailer got taken down, which is really unfortunate. It's a very well made trailer, and I know they had a lot of money put into it. So to see it get taken down by copyright, I didn't even think they had anything directly copyrighted in it.
I'm hearing it's the logo. It was heavily inspired by GTA, and so
Yeah.
I heard the YouTube video got struck pretty instantly when they released it a few days ago. And then Twitter finally caught up. It's insane. I mean, like it was a really good trailer, by the way. But
Oh,
um,
amazing trailer! Like I watched it a couple of times, because it's really good quality. Um, the only part I had like a note on, just like mainly to myself, I feel like the sand date was too hidden.
mhm.
Like I know obviously it's kind of clear if you're looking directly at the center, but if you're kind of just looking at the ocean, you're not seeing it. So
Yeah,
I think that needs to stand out a bit more. But other than that, like it quality wise, it was incredible.
absolutely insane. Yeah, I it's a little scary because in creative, well, in the ecosystem and Discover especially, like a lot of players are looking for games that have something that they can grasp onto, something that they know, like an IP or gameplay. Like that's why tycoon games and there's trends, and we have brain rot right
Mm.
now. Um, the players want to grasp onto something that they know, and so if you create a game that's so different than what they're familiar with, it's not going to take off because they're not willing to give it that chance. Um, and so that's why we had to take risks, like create a BattleShips game and
Mm.
create a game like GTA. And it's like, okay, but then the IP holder can come in and find a way to strike that if it's too similar.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, we've been fortunate with our biggest projects. We have the IP,
Hmm.
obviously, with Squid Game. We have the IP from Netflix. And even when we worked with Epic Games on the Chapter 7 integrations, um, we had to tread carefully because we were using Netflix assets and Epic Games assets. Um, so I can say we had to tread carefully with what we did. But in the end, we came up with an amazing update and an amazing live event.
Yeah, that
So
was pretty crazy. Collaborating for the Chapter 7 launch.
yes, it was the first ever creator like collaboration of that level. Um, I'm still not allowed to say too much about it from our side, but I can say like we got to talk with so many incredible people that are behind many of the things that people get to see to this day, and it not only great to just talk to these people, but also just to get to pick their brains as well. Like,
Man, the amount of NDAs I have, like I could have so many awesome stories, but I can't talk about anything.
yeah,
It's such a
my
shame.
team hates me. I made the NDAs for the studio.
Oh
I
man.
was the one to write them, create them, and legalize them. So yeah, my team. I'm sure don't actually hate me, but I think they do at some points because I'm the one who gives them stuff like that. So yeah, the amount of NDAs I've signed just for the team, I've signed most of them off. So it's kind of funny. Um,
Well,
yeah,
they're
but the amount of
necessary.
they are like with the amount of stuff we work with, like with coming at some point this year, Big Bang and Warp Part 2, which is our finale, which we're still so hyped about.
Very hype.
It's it took a small hiatus over Christmas, and then because of all the Chapter 7 work we were doing, and November as well. But since the beginning of this year, it's been back to full steam, and we've been making it has been incredible. Just from the snippets I've seen of the early concepts and everything, it's it is incredible. There are many there's a moment that I got to watch the animation of, and I literally had goosebumps and I stood up. It was that good.
Love
So
that. Love that.
I've never had that from an event before. So to have that from one of ours, I was like, this is going to slap. Like this is, and there's also so many Easter eggs because it's the finale. So for the people who's got the keen eyes, like keep an eye out because we've got a lot going on in this one. So, and it's not
It's very
even
exciting.
finished. it's not even finished, and there's still more for me to watch. Like, I'm so looking forward to it. So looking forward to everyone getting to see it. And it's actually kind of cool bringing it back to your beginnings. That I didn't actually know you kind of started in live events in 1.0.
Oh yeah, the beginning is an interesting story. Like I had no intention of doing game development, zero intention. Um, but I was watching Mustard plays like season build challenges, and it was chapter 2, season 6, the primal season. I made my first live event just for fun. I wanted to get it on his video, so I made a YouTube channel called like Sharky the Creator or something like that. And then I released the video, um, put it on his channel, and just like forgot about it. And I checked it like a week later, and it was like climbing up. Views were climbing up, and it got like 100,000 views, 180, I think
Wow.
it's at now. Which I didn't do any marketing or anything. I was like, whoa, maybe I could do this for a living. So,
Yeah.
um, I kept doing live events. I made a mothership one, and then a couple for season 8, and then it slowed down. Chapter 3, made a couple more, and then eventually UFN came out, and I just rode that wave. I wanted to do live events in UFN, but it was just way too involved.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not. Maybe not unfortunately. It is, very heavy to work on, especially, with such, time constrictions that most people have. We're thankful that we now get to do this as a job. Like, not many
Isn't it
people in
awesome?
this community get to say that. Like,
You get
my
to you get
job,
to create games for a living. Isn't that
yeah,
awesome?
like, even if you told me 2 years ago, I would not have believed you. Like, I spoke about this briefly with past guest Nate before, but I originally was going to go into the science sector. I had an acceptance to a university for a science qualification, and I turned it down, which I felt like at that point was like, is that the right call? And like, because I still love my science stuff, love like the co-signing with the hospitality and everything that I got to work around, as I got the fortunate of working in a hospital before. Um, Thankfully, not in any like main wards. God no, I was not that involved. I was behind a desk doing like the admin side, um, but still to get to see like how things work, it's really different. Obviously, I think the biggest difference is we're talking over a screen instead of meeting face to face, which I'm actually really looking forward to meeting so many people
I know.
at these
It's
upcoming
so
events.
nice to meet people in person. Like it's like 10 times better, 20 times better.
Yeah,
So awesome.
and a little known tidbit about myself. This is going to be quite entertaining, or a suffering event for me. I hate crowds.
I hate crowds too, but I loved Unreal Fest because I'm surrounded by my people, you know.
Yeah, like that's what I'm really going to be. So there's only one event which has had it. So last year I was at an event and it had 7,000 plus people. But to me, it's surrounded by the people that I would kind of have same line of thoughts with. As another little fact about me, I am in scouting and everything. I know it's different in America. People call it Boy Scouts over there, but over here it's just scouting. Um, and there is this massive event in the UK called the Kent International Jamboree, and it grows every single year. And there is literally for a whole 8 days, there is, I think it was 23 countries worth of scouts, 7,000 scouts, explorers, guides, all of those from around the world all came into England and Kent, and just being surrounded by the people that do the same thing as you do, but in so many different places and do it different ways. Like, you get to learn so much.
It's great. I mean, especially in Unreal Fest, like you don't need to have like friends there. You just walk up to someone who does the same thing as you. Just walk up to someone who is also a creator and just start a conversation with them, because you can meet people and like you have the same shared experiences. You have so much that you can share between yourselves, and it's just great to be surrounded by people that understand like what it's like to do what you do.
Yeah, I mean, I I find it funny when I'm talking to my parents or even grandparents about what I do. Like, it's so hard to explain.
You make Fortnite?
I get asked, like, because I said, hey, I build stuff in Fortnite, so try and keep it simple. And I've had so many people say, like, you work for Fortnite? No, I technically don't. No, I work in Fortnite. What's the next Fortnite update? I get that about once a week.
Yep. It's worse like once you get a contract with Epic, because then people are like, oh, you worked at Epic Games, you made Fortnite. It makes it even more confusing.
It's gotten worse since we did the Chapter 7 stuff. Like, it's gotten worse. Like, it was fine while we were doing it, and then obviously not announced it. It nearly got out early that there were creators working. Yeah. I don't think I can say how, because I think Epic tries to hide that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I won't, but it nearly slipped up a few days before it actually revealed. Not by us. It was not our end. We actually found the issue and reported it to Epic. Thankfully, we were the first ones to find it.
Scary. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, we've been very fortunate to work alongside Epic, but we don't work in Epic. We work alongside Epic Games. It was a partnership, not a thing. It's not, the contract is not ongoing now. The NDA is, but of course the NDAs last a bit longer than the contracts, which is you're probably aware of with the amount you've signed. You've probably had a fair share of yours.
Yep.
Probably just a few.
I want to go back to your science background and just like point out, like, I wanted to do music. I was going to do music, and then this took off, and I was like, you know what? I'll do computer science. It's just crazy how, like, in the span of a few years, how much your life can change, especially when you're young and you're starting out that journey. Like, you don't have to have it decided. Just act, just do things, just try things, and you never know where you're going to end up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still very young in this game. I mean, I don't feel it physically. I feel like I'm 80, and mentally in like my 30s sometimes. But I don't even guess my age. People normally get it so wrong. I've seen people off by 10 years before.
Really?
Yeah, in the wrong direction.
No.
You know what? Let's play this game on the podcast. Why not? Take a guess.
86. I could have picked another number. I could have picked another number that starts with a 6 and ends with another number.
God. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Real guess. I'm gonna say 22.
I'm not even in my 20s.
Dang, bro, you're young.
See, this is what I mean.
I turned 23 this year, and I can't grow facial hair.
I look like fine because this is clean shaven, so I'm looking like I'm young. If I have a full beard, like, you're gonna think I'm 30. Like, this is how people can get it so far off. Yeah. But no, I'm only 19. So I'm not even at that 20 mark yet.
Dude, I've still got many years ahead of you.
I've still got a few months, So I'm not even. I turned 20 this year, but not till Q3. So still got a fair bit. Still got that bit of time. So, but yeah, people are normally so far off. I've been told 32. Um, that's probably the worst one as an
That's
actual,
awful.
like as an actual one. Um, yeah. I've had 29. I've had 30. Like I've had, when I get in my business talk, like it, and then if I got a full beard and I'm business talking, you could probably say I'm 40, and I'd probably say like that probably sounds fair. Um, you know,
Yeah, people say I look 16. So,
yeah.
uh,
To be fair, I thought you were younger than
yeah, I'm
if you
old.
said you were. Yeah, so unk. Yeah.
So
But no, I mean, it's cool that people still get to, like. There's so many different people of different ages in this community. Like, you get to speak to so many incredible talents of all different ages. Like, there are so many talented creators that I grew up with. The first ever creator I worked with in this space, he now does Roblox stuff. He goes by well, he went by Reflex Metal, but he goes by Remy right now. Um, and he's done amazing over there. But he started creating at like the age of 11.
wow.
Like he started like, obviously he's older now by years. He's +5 on that, I think now. It's been that long. But he was incredible even in 1.0 days. He was really solid for being 1.0. It's actually really good. He knew his way around the mechanic system, which,
It's
bearing in
great.
mind, that mechanic system was, back when it was 8 channels.
I remember that. Yep. The
Yeah.
Dark Ages.
Then 16, I think it was. Uh, and then what did it end up being? 500 something, I feel like.
I think it was 500, yeah. And then we got
Yeah.
direct event binding, and that was awesome. But
Yeah.
that was like right before UEFN, so nobody cared.
Yeah. People are like, oh, no, UFN's coming. It's fine. We don't have to learn this. Oh, and I ended up making a whole naming system to keep track of everything.
Oh yeah.
Because the most underrated feature I felt like was you could rename stuff, and like that would help you connect so many things up just by renaming
Yeah.
it.
I forgot. Like, we would just be stuck with the same devices, and we had to figure out what all these mechanics do.
Trigger
Once you make
one,
it, and
trigger
you go back a
two,
couple months later,
trigger
it's like
three.
trigger one, trigger two. I don't know what this is. What is this doing? Renaming it
Yeah,
was a huge feature. I forgot about that.
yeah. That's one I kind of took away as like, this is like really big, because to me that was a game changer. Um, and there's so many maps that I worked on that nowadays you could do so quickly. I worked on a map called Tiny Tilted, which was the tilted island but shrunk down.
I feel like
And it
I've
was
seen
all in
that.
1.0. And nowadays, of course, you just click select, drag, select all, and shrink. Done. But back in 1.0, you had to do it piece by piece, like to resize it, grid snap it, and then
Hmm.
everything. Like, but nowadays, it's so much easier.
And then it would also crash when you select like a million things at the same time.
Yep. There was one where it's kind of a bad example, but someone got the Save the World bomb into Creative 1.0. It wasn't exactly stable.
Oh, of course not.
It had a infinite damage radius and an infinite shockwave radius.
Oh,
So if you remember, the island that you worked on actually had a barrier from top to bottom. If you set off so many of those charges, you'd be stuck in the top corner. Because that's how far you would get flung.
Oh, that's awful.
I think we set off 200.
That reminds me, there was one time where you could trigger devices during edit mode. And so like some explosives would go off to delete your island, and you couldn't recover it unless you saved it. Oh, good times.
Yeah, simpler times when it was, funnier to kind of, make these sort of parts. But nowadays we have the undo button.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness for URC on the old vision control. I love it. I love it.
I love it, and I also hate it because we've had an issue with it. With a project called Operation Infiltration, which has been in the works for 9 months now. And it was meant to be a 3-month project. Yeah. We're going to move swiftly on from that one, because that one, yeah. Well, you know what? I think this is a perfect place to wrap it up. We've just hit the 1 hour mark as well. So you are the second episode to hit that mark.
Woo!
In this series. You're the third ever, I think. Could be wrong. I need to go check my facts. But I think you're the third ever.
Awesome.
And the other 2 are held by Matt and Matt. So
I'm coming for you. Yep. Sure.
So at the end of this podcast, I always like to give a platform for you to shout out anything or anyone that you would like to. So the floor is yours.
Well, first, shout out to you. Thank you for having me on the podcast. This was really awesome. Keep up what you're doing. I love when people bring the community together. So this is a really awesome opportunity. I hope you bring some other awesome creators on in the future. Shout out to my YouTube channel. I'm releasing tutorials. If you want to learn verse or UI or anything in UEFN, like reach out to me. Link that somewhere. Also,
it'll be it'll be in the description.
Follow me on Twitter if you want to see me rants or chat about things or whatever. It's a little more casual platform. So that's about it, I'd say. Oh, and play BattleSharks. Play BattleSharks. Give me some plays.
But thank you very much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Thank you, Giggila.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.